Hello everyone, welcome to Astro Reader PH and thanks for dropping by for some astrology. We open up the week with the last few days of Jupiter in Pisces, with Jupiter being void. Jupiter has been in Pisces since the start of the year, and since then we may have felt dreamy or escapist. There's a trance-like state in the air, and people may not have felt like working as much as they used to. We probably indulged ourselves in art, spirituality, rest, leisure, addictions, and other Pisces-related things. With the added effects of the Solar Eclipse in Sagittarius last December, we dreamt big. We took a leap of faith from the dreamy reality of things and focused more on our worldviews and ideals. Now, this period is coming to an end, but only for the meantime, because it will be back again around October. With the last few days of Jupiter in Pisces, we also have Jupiter going void. This can feel like an aimless time, and we may feel lost now, sort of like the Twilight Zone. I wouldn't recommend starting new projects now, as those may retain that aimless energy and struggle in the long run. This delicate slumber will not last for long though. As Jupiter enters Aries, the sign of war, on May 11, we'll have, simply stated, something of a rude awakening. As I said in the last video, we just had the calm before the storm energy, and Jupiter in Aries will likely open up the actual storm period. This is a strong, energized, feisty energy that will be hard to miss. It's active, aggressive, and direct. But most of all, it's impatient and hot-headed, especially when it comes to maintaining its personal independence. So as I said last week, people may find something to be angry about due to issues like the war, the economy, or certain things coming to light. As I speak, we're already having a couple of controversies brewing. We can expect to see more as the weeks go on, especially as Mars enters Aries on the 25th, but that's another story. And as I said, this spells some challenges when it comes to the war, which could enter a hotter phase in the days to come. I think we should all be ready in case the heat goes to the max, with Ukraine, Russia, and NATO, as well as other territories where war could brew up. Aries energy can really force them into a corner and throw all diplomacy out of the window. So as always, stay safe. Interestingly, we also have Mercury going retrograde this week, and almost at the same time too, on May 10. And if you knew anything about astrology, you're probably aware of the effects of Mercury retrograde, which are often very obvious. So expect to see some complications or setbacks when it comes to communications, business, logistics, transportation, documents, and other mental tasks. Be careful with what you say because miscommunications will be everywhere. Something tells me this Mercury retrograde effect could be related to the Jupiter and Aries conflicts. Perhaps things like angry protests or war throw a wrench in the machinery of the system and cause business closures, difficulties, or losses. As I said in past videos, the world is diving headfirst into a real economic problem right now, and soon the time will come that we would have to wake up to the reality of these financial issues, both collectively and individually. One of the major events that will solidify this need for conservation is the lunar eclipse in Scorpio around May 15 to 16. This is also the main highlight of the week, and there's a lot to unpack here. The axis of Taurus and Scorpio deals with money and resources, our own versus others. Those resources that are safe and under control, Taurus, versus those risky and outside of our control, Scorpio. So this Scorpio eclipse could introduce a lot of risks and unknowns when it comes to our assets and finances. Recently, we may have gone through something like a spending spree, losses of money or property, or unexpected drains on security, like tragedy, death, unemployment, loss of sponsorship, or disease. And security is not just about money, so we could also be going through some psychological issues now that need healing. These are just some of the problems that this eclipse will try to address. I believe this eclipse will urge or push us into more conservative ways of living. We could start a savings plan and learn to be more thrifty. We could also focus on our health more to protect our physical and emotional security. This lunar eclipse is the opposite of the one last November, which was in Taurus. That one increased our spending and investments and allowed us some freedom to explore other options to make income. Now, this coming eclipse forms a T-square with Saturn as apex, which emphasizes the need for restriction, realism, diligence, and patience. With Saturn, you get what you put in, so rewards or repercussions will be karmic. Again, this is a sharp contrast to the November lunar eclipse, which was more carefree and adventurous, having Jupiter as apex. The eclipse is positively aspected by Pluto, Mars, and Neptune as well, so some risk, calculated and managed, and occasional support from other people, as well as inspiration from our dreams and spirituality, will likely aid our goals of security. Lunar eclipses often unfold over a long period of time, approximately 6 to 12 weeks, so this effect will be gradual in the months to come. One last note is that this eclipse has the sun in the fixed star of Algol, so it could be a little dangerous. Stay safe. And that's it. Thanks for watching the astrology of May 9 to 15. Please like and subscribe for more astrology. Thanks. Goodbye.